Hoop fam, what's the word? I hope everybody's had a beautiful holiday and that everybody's been having a productive week. I wanted to hop on and to provide some additional perspective as I always do. If you all have been following, there has been a lot of randomness in regards to the NCAA transfer portal and the allowance of guys who have previously played professional basketball, whether it be overseas, G League, wherever, have now been granted the allowance to play at the collegiate level. There's more than enough opinions and reservations about grown men playing college basketball from a competitive standpoint. And I think all of them are fair. I don't think that it is conducive for a 25, 26, 27-year-old to be playing with 17, 18, and 19-year-olds, especially after already having had the opportunity to play against their peers at the professional level. I don't get it. It seems like you're moving backwards competitively. But I think the greater issue, and one thing that I haven't really heard a whole lot about, is how much these athletes who have had professional experience going back and playing at the collegiate level may be hindering and may be limiting their emotional and mental development as men. That, to me, is a far greater issue. When I was an undergrad, the beautiful experience about college, especially for young men, is that through the course of those years that you spend on that campus, you experience a lot of personal growth and development, right? You learn the things you like, you learn the things you don't like, you learn what may interest you, you start creating a network, you start developing pathways for your future. All of these things happen. You have all kind of discovery and exploration. That's the beauty of being a young man on a college campus. When you're a man, a grown man on a college campus, and you've already actualized a lot of those developmental experiences, now that becomes more of an issue, right? And now you're becoming more of a liability to have a 25, 26, 27-year-old around a bunch of 17, 18, and 19-year-olds who are still growing and developing. And what does it do for that 25, 26, 27-year-old whose peers are already in professional settings, have already started families, are already years into their career, are doing the things that matches the level of maturation you should be having at 25, 26, and 27? When you're taking steps back, what does that do for you? And so to me, that is the even greater issue than it not making sense competitively, is how is this serving men developmentally, right? And how are you developing the totality in the whole of the man when a 25, 26, 27-year-old is on a college campus? Not getting a graduate degree, not getting a doctoral degree, not doing something that would be commiserate to your age or to where you should be, academically or intellectually at that age in regards to college. Because if you're 25, 26, the expectation that you're probably in grad school, or you're studying for your doctorate. And even for those of us who are untraditional students and are going for our bachelor's at 25, 26, what you're not doing is playing college sports, right? Certainly not after having spent 2 or 3 years as a professional. So I'm not understanding the benefit for these men who are going back and having collegiate athletic experiences. It doesn't serve them. It's not particularly serving the programs. And most importantly, they are taking backward steps in their development as a whole man and a whole human. Because what we're not hearing is that these guys are going back and getting multiple degrees. What we're not hearing is that they're going back and they are creating new professional opportunities for themselves. We're not hearing that. So I would be interested to see how long the NCAA keeps permitting people who have played professional sports to go back and play collegiately. And I would also be interested to see what other social psychological, emotional issues may arise having grown men on the same teams with growing men. Love to hear your thoughts, though.